მოგესალმებით, დღეს არის აგე 31 აგვისტო, მატჩის დღე არის, შოტლანდიელებს ვეთამაშებით 8 საათზე. ახლა რებეკას ბარში ვიმყოფებით, სადაც შოტლანდიელების ესე ბაზა არის, 3 დღე აქ იკრიბებიან და სვამენ ლუდს და ერთობიან. აქ რამოდენიმე შოტლანდიელი მეგობარი ყავს, მათ აზრს ვკითხავთ, გამოლოდინები აქ თამაშზე, ზოგადად როგორი განწყობა აქვთ. How are you doing? What is your general impression about Georgia?
Absolutely love it. Really beautiful country. It's got absolutely everything. It's amazing how much different kind of scenery and things that you packed into such a small space.
And we got American guest as well, but he said like he's Scottish originally. And what is your general impression about city?
So, Georgia itself is a wonderful place. The people here are very welcoming. It definitely has its own personality. So a lot of Eastern Europe kind of looks the same, but Georgia definitely has its own flavor, and I highly recommend people come and visit. They tend to like rugby too, so that's like a bonus for all of us.
Thank you very much. And about match, it's for Georgians it's big deal because it's first time like when we got here like Taiwan team, and it's really big occasion. And what do you expect from the game?
First of all, I'm very, very pleased that Scotland have come over, and we've got the opportunity to be the first Tier 1 fans to come and experience the hospitality. I expect it to be a tough game for Scotland. I expect the atmosphere to be absolutely incredible. I think Scotland will probably be too strong in the end if we can get the ball. I think our backs will probably win the game, maybe relatively comfortable in the last 20 minutes or so. But you never know with Scotland. If we've been starting very slowly, and if we start slowly today, and let your fans get behind you, then we're in real trouble.
Thank you. And what do you expect from the game? Is it first time you are coming here, Georgia?
Yeah,
and
first time.
Also, like, do you follow the rugby?
Yeah, I do. I lived in the UK for a couple of years, and that's where I kind of got exposed to it. We don't, for whatever reason, the rugby games don't show in the US very much. Probably because we can't make any money from the commercials, right? Because that's just the US way. Same reason that football or soccer, right? That hasn't really taken off in the US because there are no breaks in the game for us to sell advertising. So that's just the American way. Like it or not, that's just how we do it. So yeah, I don't have any prediction for the game. I'm just excited to be there and have a good time with all the other fans.
And one last question, as I know, like you managed to see not only Tbilisi but other sightseeings also around Georgia, and you are going to Mestia next day.
Yeah, that's correct. It's well, hopefully we're going to Mestia on Monday. That all depends if the weather's good and we can get the flight. But yeah, looking forward to I'm here for another week and looking forward to seeing a bit more of the country. And it's not going to be my last visit, and I hope it's not Scotland's last visit either.
I hope as well. And what about you? You are staying in Tbilisi only, or you will manage somehow to see others?
Yeah, I started by showing up here just to check it out, and now I'm staying for as long as I can. So they are pretty friendly, and they make it easy for Americans. A lot of places don't like Americans to visit these days, which I totally understand. So we deserve every bit of that. But the Georgians are still nice to us. So.
Thank you very much, guys, for sharing your time. Enjoy your time. Thank you.
You bet.
ეს იყო პატარა ჩანაწერი, დანარჩენ გულშემატკივრებსაც კიდე ჩავწერთ და მე მოგვიანებით უკვე დავდებთ ჩვენ ვებ პორტალზე. კიდევ ერთი სტუმარი ყავს, გავგვეცნოს ჯერ. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Eleanor Soper.
Yes, and you came from which city?
Linlithgow, just outside Edinburgh.
Okay, nice. And what is your general impression like being here in Tbilisi?
I absolutely love it here in Georgia. We've been here for a week now, and it's just been one of the most amazing holidays I've ever had, and I'm really looking forward to the game today.
It's nice to hear. And what about game? Like, it's for us Georgians, it will be really tough because it's first case, like when we have the Taiwan team here in Tbilisi.
I think we got lucky with the weather, that it's been raining this morning and it's maybe not as hot as it was.
Proper British weather we got here.
It's maybe a bit warmer than when it rains at home, but maybe the rain will help. But we don't have that good a record of playing away against teams, so perhaps we won't win. But if we don't win, it will be a great night in Tbilisi. So it happens.
So what do you plan to like see in Georgia as well, or you are just depart after the game?
So we've already been up to Mount Kazbeg and to Signagi, and then next week we're going to Mestia and Batubi. So
it's nice. You manage a lot of stuff.
yes, we made it sure it was a proper holiday as well as the rugby game.
Okay, what can you say like to Georgian fans about this game? Like in general about just refer to Georgian fans and anything you want to say.
Oh, thank you for being so hospitable to all of us traveling over here, and thank you for the rain.
For the rain, okay, thank you very much. ვაგრძელებთ შოტლანდიელი გულშემატკივრების ჩაწერას. Hi there. So okay, let's start. Okay. It does not matter, it's just a voice and there is no big deal. So please introduce yourself and say a couple of words about your impression being here in Tbilisi.
So my name is Amanda. I live in Paris, Scottish. Lived in Paris for 30 years, go everywhere with Scottish rugby.
Yeah, I know about this.
So basically, Tbilisi is fantastic. The people have been wonderful. We've had about 200 people down here in the pub every night. The food's great. The people are just so warm and welcoming, and we absolutely love Tbilisi. The only issue has been having the filming of Fast and Furious. It's competing with us.
It's a little bit small problem, but it's okay. What do you expect from the game? It's like for Georgians, it's a big deal. Like first time we play against Tier 1 team here in Tbilisi, and what do you expect?
So I think it's going to be a tough game. Scotland, we played France the last 2 weeks. Heavy hitting team. Georgia's a very heavy team. The fronts up front, you know, we've got a lot of competition against them. I think it's going to be a tight game, hard hitting, and I think Scotland will win. You know.
Because of course you are stronger side.
I always believe in them though. I always believe until the very final whistle. So look at last year in Twickenham where we were losing, and we got there in the end. So I think today with Georgia, it'll be tough. It'll be a hard match. It'll be a close score, and I think it'll be somewhere between 15 and 20 for each side, if you ask me.
Yeah, fair point. And what about like, do you manage to see other sightseeing also around Tbilisi, or you are staying just in Tbilisi?
So we didn't manage to get out of the city because we arrived too late and the trip's short. We might try and do something again tomorrow. Yesterday we went up to the captain's run and saw the team, and we've been up to the top of the hill with the cable car. We've done the funicular as well, and we've just walked around the middle of the city centre, which is lovely and quaint and lots of lovely streets. What fascinates me here is the buildings, because they've got all these balconies and some of them look like they're a bit fragile, but it's really quaint and it's a lovely, lovely place to visit. Very surprised and thrilled.
So, would you like to come back here again once more?
Definitely, but I'd love to get out into the countryside. Some of my friends managed to go away on day trips and see churches and things a bit further, and I think you need probably at least a week here. So coming for 4 days just isn't enough. It's
not enough, of course, and it will take longer time if you want to see other stuff as well. But believe me, besides Tbilisi, there is a lot of stuff to see around.
There is, but you know what's really nice is that it's a very open people. They're very friendly, they're very welcoming and very helpful. So I think it's a very warm image we've got of the country, and that makes you want to come back and visit more and see things. And my husband's French, I'm Scottish, but you know, we've had a wonderful weekend here.
Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy today game.
And enjoy the game, mate. Take care.
So we got another Scottish guy here. What do you say about game?
The game today, well, we're looking forward to it. It's a pleasure to be here, to be in Tbilisi. I think the Georgian team expect to win, but of course we also expect to win.
Like, of course, like you are a stronger side, and everybody expect that like a Scottish team will win, but we'll try our best.
Well, we're not. We expect to win, but we think it will be a tough game. Like you guys have a big team, good team. We have good forwards also, but I think our backs are maybe just a bit quicker. Yeah. And that's what the game will be, forward versus forward, and I think our backs...
I think forward versus forward will be equal game, but our back then maybe will fail.
Yeah, your back, I'm sure your backs are wonderful as well, but I think it's a fascinating game. Of course, you won the game against Southern Kings, so you're confident because of that. Which makes us a bit more worried also. So I think that makes it a better game, and we look forward to it so much.
In the future, would you like to see like Georgian team like in 6 Nations or maybe 7 Nations, whatever?
Well, I think the problem is Italy don't want to leave the 6 Nations.
And maybe at least the relegation system.
Well, Yeah, that would make sense. However, Scotland also have some bad years, so we don't want to be relegated.
but it's a good side for the sport to develop and to have this kind of fear that maybe if you fail you will go down, and it will motivate the team.
I think you're right, and that's what sport is all about, of course. There are winners and there are losers, and Italy, they have tried very hard. They win some games. Scotland have some bad years where we don't win many games, but we win more than we lose, and I think Italy are the opposite. And there's other teams. I mean, Romania also would like to be in. So Georgia, Romania, maybe a few other teams should have two leagues.
But let's consider as a fan. Would you like to come here, in every 2 years, for example, if Georgia will be included in Six Nations, for example?
We would love to come here. I think this has been a wonderful experience for us, and of course Paris is wonderful, and Rome, and we go to Wales and Ireland, but to have another city like this in it would be fantastic.
Is it for you tough to reach Georgia because it's a little bit far from England, for example, for UK?
No, it wasn't so difficult. There are many options, and of course the Scotland fans love the challenge. They like to try different routes. So we all talk about direct flights from Edinburgh. We've had people flying via Turkey. We've had people flying to Baku and taking a bus over. So Scotland fans will get here. If they want to be here, they will find a way of getting here.
Thank you very much. Have a nice game. Enjoy your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
ვაგრძელებთ ჩვენი ჩანწერების გაკეთებას კიდე ერთი გულშემატკივარებას. Please introduce yourself and how you feel.
Hi, I'm Albert White, live in London, come from Stranraer in Scotland. Love Tbilisi, looking forward to destroying the Georgian Dragons tonight and with Scotland.
You made really long trip to reach this country.
Oh yes, so we came with a team from Edinburgh, and so we got to watch the team sleep. So the Scots guys are all rested and ready to beat you.
I hope we have some secret weapon against you as well.
Oh, I think your forwards will be very strong. I think it'll be a forward game at the beginning, first 15 minutes. I think it'll be very strong, and then we'll get the ball and score tries.
Let's see. And to be fair, what will be score difference between the score?
27-20 to Scotland.
What score will be satisfactory for you?
I think you'll score some forward tries. Scotland will score some running tries, and we'll kick everything.
Yes, and you are departing with the team straight away, yeah?
Yeah, we fly, so the team get changed straight on a bus with us, and we fly back into Scotland tomorrow.
So you got a reason to come here to see other stuff as well, not only the city Tbilisi.
Yeah, I mean, we've never been here. I think some of our airlines need to come here so that some of us Scots and English people could come and visit this lovely city and country.
What about Six Nations? Is it okay if there will be some extension and Georgia also have opportunity to play there?
Yeah, I think the Six Nations is now deserves a second league. I think 2 leagues of 5 with promotion and relegation, or the Italians are demoted and Georgia are put in. They're above Georgia. Georgia are above Italy in the World's League. So let's see. I'd love to see you play us more.
I hope. Thank you very much for sharing your time. Enjoy today's game.
Thank you very much.
კიდევ ვაგრძელებთ ჩაწერას, ერთი მეგობარი კიდევ აქ ყავს, გაგვეცნობა. Please introduce yourself and how do you feel being here at Tbilisi?
Well, my name is Chris McRae and I come from Edinburgh in Scotland, and I have had a delightful time in Tbilisi. I've never been to this part of the world before, but I will certainly come back. You've got a beautiful country and great people.
Thank you very much. And what do you expect from the game?
From the game, I expect Scotland to win. I'll be very disappointed if Scotland don't win, because we have time and expertise, if you like, on our side. It would be a big ask for Georgia to win this game. If you look at the cold, hard facts, Georgia shouldn't win. But having said that, passion is everything in sport, and Georgia certainly has passion, and I would not be surprised if that passion wins in the end. I think about how Japan beat South Africa.
It was a big sensation.
And that was about passion and heart and never giving up, never giving an inch. I think that's what I'm expecting from Georgia today.
So your first time here, and have you got any information before coming here, Georgia? And what did you expect and what you met here actually?
I knew a little bit about Georgia, and because I studied history in the past, so I knew a little bit and how it's a crossroads between East and West. I did some basic research about Tbilisi when I came here, about the fortress and the churches, and but I've been very impressed by the way that the city is rebuilding itself. It's like a rebirth of the city, but you're keeping the traditional aspects, the traditional beauty that you can see all around you. So I went into, for example, a square yesterday where every house in the square looked as though they were being demolished. But just round the corner, some houses had already been rebuilt, and immediately I could see what it would be like in another 2, 3, 5 years' time. And that's a great thing to keep, because you've got a hugely interesting city, and many cities will knock down and rebuild and lose what's in the past, but you're maintaining what's in the past here.
But it's a little bit chaotic. We got such kind of feeling that it's a little bit chaotic, and it's a little bit too tricky to live here.
Yeah, no, I can see definitely. What were we looking at? I went to the flea market yesterday down in Dedina Square, is it? Yeah. And some of the things I was looking at, I thought they look like the silverware we get at home. So I can. And the Celts came from Indochina, so they moved through the Caucasus and then out into the seaboard of Europe and as far as Scotland. And we're still there.
It's nice to have you here. And what about if one day there will be some changes in Six Nations and Georgia will be including? Well, maybe you'd like to come here every 2 years, for example?
Oh, definitely, yes. I think it would be a great addition in terms of the place to come, the things that surround the rugby. So the great thing about the Six Nations is it's not just about the rugby, it's about the places that you go to, the people you meet, the friendships that are made, and I think Georgia would be a huge addition to that. I would also say, though, at the centre of it all has got to be the rugby. So we were talking about this just now, and about how Italy have not quite produced what we expected them to produce when they joined what was then the Five Nations 20 years ago. But they're getting there. I think they're getting there, and we all believe we're all ex-rugby players. We all want the game to grow, and if you don't bring in a country like Georgia, where it's becoming a passion, then the game will never grow.
Okay, and maybe you want to add something I did not ask you, and just a couple of words.
Just a couple of words. Well, I really enjoyed the pipe band when they came here, and I thought that was a kind of a good way of representing how the two cultures are coming together and enjoying both sides of culture. So we had a pipe band outside an Irish pub in the centre of the Georgian capital. That's great, isn't it? That's fantastic. Forget nationalism, bring internationalism.
Thank you very much. Do you want to add something? Just a couple of words.
Fulfill him. I just clarify what my friend said. The whole setup's great. It's lovely being here, and we're all enjoying ourselves. Kilts, trousers, the whole flock. Brilliant.
Roughly how many people came here, Scottish people?
Well, I think they're talking about a population about, as far as Scotland's concerned, this is the first venture into Georgia, and I think there's about 500 supporters here. I don't know, there might be more, but once you see them with the kilts on and everything, it makes you feel back home.
And what do you expect from the game?
Well, looking at the forecast, is a big heavy pack. and I think this is where we might struggle up front. But if we can get the ball to the standoff, we can try and make the ball move. I think if it's done right, we should win by 30 points, but it could be a banana skin as well.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your time and game.
Pardon?
Enjoy your time and the game itself.
Yes, thanks very much, and may the best team win.
Thank you. მოკლედ ვაგრძელებთ ერთი ათეული ადამიანი ჩავწერეთ, ახლა კიდე ერთი მეგობარი ყავს აქ და თავის აზრს გაგვიზიარებს დღევანდელ მატჩთან დაკავშირებით. Please introduce yourself and tell us just few words about your feeling being here in Tbilisi.
So my name's Charlie. I'm loving being here. I've wanted to come to this part of the world for a long time, and so.
You came from which city?
So I live in the Czech Republic, but I came from the UK, and I'm flying out this time. Now during the summer.
And what about the game? What do you expect from the game?
I think it might depend on the weather. If there's a lot of rain and we keep knocking the ball on, Georgia might have us. But if it's a free-flowing game and our backs get into it, I think we might have too much.
Yeah, of course. And what did you manage to see beside the city and?
Sorry?
What did you manage to see beside the city itself?
So I had a day walking around yesterday. Some beautiful parks. Went over next to where you get the cable car up. Then I saw on the main street there was a film being filmed.
It's a big deal as well.
Yeah, so saw some very excited Orthodox priests sitting outside the church, which might be the most Eastern European thing I've ever seen.
It's really cultural stuff, a lot of churches here.
Yeah, absolutely, lots of beautiful, beautiful buildings. I heard it was an attractive city, and it hasn't disappointed.
Do you plan to visit in other years as well here?
I might come back. So I've got a friend who lives in Armenia, so I'm going to go down and see her and travel around a bit first. But I think, yeah, I will certainly come back at some point.
Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy the game and stay.
Pleasure.